Oh, well, if you're watching this, you're gonna get spoilers anyways, because you're watching a spoiler-filled review. Anyways. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan, and today we are doing my review of both Romancing Mr. Bridgerton and To Sir Philip with Love, which are books 4 and 5 of the Bridgerton series. Romancing Mr. Bridgerton is Colin and Penelope, and the To Sir Philip with Love is Eloise's love story. So I am excited to chat about these. We're gonna kick it off with Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I freaking adored this one. This is my favorite of the series, I think. Even though enemies to lovers or fake dating are typically my favorite tropes, you would think like The Duke and I or The Viscount Who Loved Me are my favorite books, but the genuine like connection and love between Colin and Penelope is so adorable, and I love it so freaking much, and I cannot wait for season 3 of Bridgerton, the TV series, when we get their romance. This is definitely my favorite of the series. I love that she like admits that she's Whistledown to him and he just accepts her for it. I love that he's also a little jealous, and like the conflict between them is mostly deriving from like his jealousy of her accomplishments, and I totally understand the like not feeling like you've accomplished anything yourself coming from Colin, but also the like absolute privilege he's speaking from and the anger that comes from him speaking from such privilege from Penelope. Like, I see both sides of the coin, so I love when an argument opens your mind and like you can see both sides. So I definitely really enjoyed, I don't enjoy conflict in books, but I enjoyed their conflict felt genuine. I also liked the whole plot of like Lady Danbury releasing a prize to reveal like Whistledown. I think Colin's anger about Penelope wanting to like release that one last statement as Lady Whistledown was a little bit uncalled for, but it was also a completely different time, and like reputations and men over women were so much different back then than they are now. So I kind of get it, but I do feel like that was the only somewhat uncalled for kind of reaction in the series. But overall, I just really enjoyed their connection. I kind of wish we gotten a little bit more from Colin's perspective, because it feels like he kind of went like 0 to 100 a little bit between kind of only seeing Penelope as a friend and wanting to marry her. I wish we had gotten more, like it wasn't 0 to 100 in him liking her, but like it didn't feel like there was a real courtship between them, and I wish we had gotten a little bit, just a teeny weeny bit of the courtship between them, because it went from like we're friends and I'm mad at you about Whistledown to we're gonna make out in a carriage to we're gonna get married. So I think that's my biggest gripe about the book, is we didn't really get a courtship. But overall, very great book. I really enjoyed it, and favorite of the series. And then we went to kind of my least favorite of the series. Not to say it was bad, I still gave it I think 4.5 stars. Like, I still really enjoyed it, but it was my least favorite of the series thus far. And this is Eloise with Sir Philip, and I think the reason that this is my least favorite is Eloise is such a vibrant, lively, sunshiny, interesting character, not only in the books but in the TV show as well. So maybe that's kind of where my like feelings are coming from. This just felt like such a lackluster meeting. Like, I expected some like super grand thing happening to Eloise to like kick her into high gear to want love, and it just felt so dull. Like, as terrible as that sounds, it just didn't feel like it was worthy of Eloise, because I love Eloise's character. Not to say I don't like them as a couple necessarily, but like the way they met and the way that she was courted throughout this, it's just like, come on, Eloise deserves so much more, you know? Essentially, her cousin dies, and she writes a letter to this man expressing her condolences about her cousin passing, and he responds, and they just kind of go back and forth. Well, he in particular decides that his kids need a mom, so he invites her to potentially marry him, and she is then forced to marry him because she ran away from home without telling anyone, and so it looks scandalous. So it's just like, I feel like Eloise just deserved such a good story and she just didn't get one. I don't know. I did enjoy their relationship and I do love the grumpy sunshine aspect, but just could have been so much more. But that being said, we have some unboxings here. Book 4 actually came as a present. If you don't know what I'm talking about, these are the Once Upon a Book Club editions, and Once Upon a Book Club is a book box subscription in which when you receive the book, the goodies that you get have like numbers, like page numbers on them, and then as you're reading the book you'll come to like one of these little sticky notes that says open your gift, and so the goodies you get in the box directly correlate with whatever book you're getting, as opposed to other book boxes in which you kind of just get like related aesthetical vibe fandom options. Like if it's a spooky box you might get like Serpent and Dove and Gallant and I don't know, Book of Night, like kind of things in it, and not specifically directly related to the book. So that is something unique about Once Upon a Book Club, which I like. And so as I was saying, in the first set, because they did it in 2 volumes since there's so many books in the Bridgerton series, in the first set, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton was actually one of the presents we received. So it didn't come with presents itself, but book 5 is the start of volume 2 of the Bridgerton box. So we have a little pamphlet thing to open up here. I'm so far behind on these. I think these were delivered to me like a 1.5 years ago. I'm so behind on everything, but we're catching up. We're doing it. Okay, so we have this little magazine-esque thing here. We have a social season trivia. How well do you think you know the Bridgerton family? That's interesting. Hold on, hold please. Let's see if I win. Well, I got 5 out of 8, so not great, but not the worst. More than half. All right, and then we have just this little kind of postcard. It says, and she wasn't the sort to tolerate an unhappy life. She would simply have to make certain that hers was anything but. And then just our new bookmark. I think this is actually signed by Julia Quinn. That's interesting. Very cool. And our unboxing of our presents. We have page 15. I like to try to guess what it's going to be. So he's opening a letter with a letter opener. I think it's going to be a letter opener based on the box that we have here. Maybe a flower shaped letter opener because he's a botanist. Oh, this doesn't want to open. Ooh, very fancy letter opener. And here's the design on the handle. So not flowers, but very fancy nonetheless. So I got myself a little letter opener now. Never know when you're gonna need a letter opener. And then our next one was on page 105. We only got 2 presents with this one. And it says, she peered down at the pots. Nothing was sprouting. He'd only planted the seeds a few weeks ago. I don't know, maybe seeds, maybe a little flower pot. I don't know, maybe both. I feel like you have to do like some sort of plant with this book because the botany is such a major characteristic of Sir Philip. Sir Philip's Seed Starter Kit. So it comes with these little like cardboard flower pots. It comes with the little thing that too bad I live in an apartment. Maybe I'll give these to Anthony's mom because she does have a garden. I want some onions and carrots. Those sound good. All right, so that was the Bridgerton books 4 and 5. I'm super excited for the rest of the books in the series. I know one of them coming up is going to be related to Lady Danbury. So yeah, we're super excited, but that was my review of these books. Let me know what you guys think of these books or if you enjoyed them, and I will check you in my next video. Bye friends.